I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding. Ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
Yay, Tuesday.
Yep.
Monday, part 2.
Well, part 1 this time,
Well, it's part 2 for
but for
in
everybody.
general. For normal, no, for every normal person is part 2.
Right. What I'm saying
And
is
this time it's pissed off.
it's part 1 for us this week.
Yeah, I know. I didn't feel good yesterday at all.
That's okay. Things happen.
And I didn't feel good yesterday, and I don't feel the greatest today, but at least it's not as bad as it was.
So you're okay.
Yeah, I'm not dead. 6 feet above ground. It's
Right.
always a
You're
good thing.
walking. Everything's fine.
Yeah. No, I just you remember what was it, December 2020?
Do you remember?
Or do you remember the time? But you remember
Remember.
2020
December.
No. It was either December, January. We took me home that day.
Yeah.
It came on like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was fine all day
a
yesterday at
variant.
work. It was no big deal. The moment I sat down, it just kind of went whoosh, and it just got harder and harder and harder.
To move.
And, yeah.
Your body was like,
started hurting and everything, and I just like, I'm out. But I'm better today. Like I could still move a little weak, a little
I think you caught the variant, bud.
Yeah, that's it. I caught the variant. Because I believe that shit.
Right.
Totally.
I'm just saying it sounds the same, but it didn't affect you as bad.
Maybe because they have antibodies. I know.
No.
Isn't that weird?
It is so weird.
The antibodies and all.
Oh my goodness.
So scary. So anyway,
my.
so last week,
Yeah.
Superman is getting redone.
Yeah, the sun is coming out
Tomorrow. Well, at
Bet
some
his
point.
bottom dollar
Ew.
that tomorrow
It's not right. Anyway,
Jimmy will be blue.
he'll be. Tomorrow. But no, so
Sorry.
so they're coming out with a whole new one. Or
What do you mean?
they're coming out with a new Superman.
Yeah.
They're trying to redo everything.
All the things.
Because why the hell not?
Because it's a new Superman.
This
That's
is
why.
woke time. This is
Woke time for Hitler in Germany.
close, but no.
No?
I
like
no,
it. I think it
like it.
works.
It was good, but no.
It works though, right? It's close.
Hitler
All right.
wasn't woke. Anyway, he was not.
Okay.
He was a
look
little-
at his policies and look at
he's
the
a little
policies of the left.
flamboyant.
Look at the policies of the left and look at his policies.
No, but that's not the point. The point is, Superman is being made more modern. And so apparently now he's coming out as, what do they have him as, officially bi?
Yeah, he's bi, which means he's confused.
Yeah, which is normal for
No.
teens
Bi,
nowadays.
honestly, bi means that you're gay
Oh, no, it just means you're lazy.
and gay
You have no standards.
and gay.
No, it just means, no, I don't know. It means you have no self-worth. You have no standards.
That's pansexual. When you're pansexual, you have no standard whatsoever. It's just whatever makes me happy in the moment.
Well, no. But there's no difference between pan and bi.
I mean, there kind
There
of
is
is.
not. No, didn't tell me the difference.
Technically, pan, you could be with anything,
No.
not just anyone.
Okay. So you're
Anything.
telling me that, so pan is allowing for bestiality is what you're hinting at.
And inanimate objects.
Yeah, well, most women use inanimate objects.
I'm not talking about women, and I'm
I'm
talking
saying-
about yeah.
But I'm saying so.
Yeah, I did say it's different.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not. Okay, bi, you have two choices. Pan opens up to what? Literally the only difference is animals.
Everything.
No,
Everything.
animal. Do we really have to go through like a sex
It's
shop thing?
everything.
What do you get in a sex shop? Is inanimate objects. Therefore,
Yeah,
those don't count because everybody, I say everybody, I use that term loosely. Lots of people use inanimate objects who are also straight. So you trying to say they're pan?
No. I'm saying.
Whoa, well,
No,
hold
on,
on. No. So that makes them bi then.
No, you got to stop for a second.
No. You're throwing
You
that
are
as part of it.
conflating two issues, bud.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
You said
I'm not
inanimate
talking- yeah,
object.
I'm not talking about those toys.
No, is it or is it not an inanimate object?
Yes, it is.
Then therefore it
I'm
counts.
talking literally can get off on ovens,
Do you
toasters.
You could if you
a pan.
People could if they tried.
Yeah, of course
Have you
they
seen
could.
American Pie?
No. Yes, I have. Obviously.
That's my point. So the only actual difference, because you can't do inanimate objects because that could be anything. Okay,
Right,
So
yeah.
the only thing that you're saying then that separates bisexuality from pansexuality is the fact that you're open to the idea of having it with animals as well. That's the only difference there.
Yeah, you're limiting to human.
Yes, that's it.
Right.
That's not much of a limit.
That's true.
But I digress. It's
At least it's there.
here, kitty. No, that's smearing the peanut butter. Anyway,
Ew.
the point is that there's not. You boil it down to its base stuff. It's not a lot of difference. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to make it tonight. I truly don't think I'm going to make it tonight.
We haven't even gotten into the
Son
story
of a
yet.
bitch. Anyway, so not only has he gone that route, but apparently his motto is changing as well.
Yes.
The iconic character Superman is now getting a new motto, but while many may be familiar with the phrase truth, justice, and the American way, the new motto will be truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
Now you got to say it the right way.
What? I can't do Biden's voice.
It's not Biden's voice.
No, you talk about the mean world.
No, not that either. No. Well, because, it's Superman's son, also his proclivities. It's truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
So he lives in L.A.?
Yes.
A lie.
A lie. I told you it is.
Quote, to better reflect the stories that we are telling across DC and to honor Superman's incredible legacy over 80 years of building a better world, Superman's motto is evolving.
Actually, you never built a better world with Superman. Most of the time, you destroyed the world and then he had to save it. He wasn't building anything better. He was trying to just conserve what was there.
That was according to DC Chief Creative Officer and Publisher Jim Lee.
And then you killed him
Several times. Brought him back several times. Nobody liked any of them.
No, you can't kill an icon. I'm sorry.
Well, apparently, no, but you can completely mutilate it.
Yes, this is also killing it.
Quote, Superman has been long a symbol of hope who inspires people, and it's the optimism and the hope that powers him forward with this new mission statement, end quote.
For a better tomorrow.
So they thought the American way was too
White.
nationalist.
It's white.
Yeah.
Too white.
2006 opinion piece by Eric Ludgard said that according to Mark Wade, the familiar American way phrase first showed up on a radio program. That piece also said that the phrase was later used in a television program which aired during part of the 50s. Quote, the new motto, which will be used in main continuity with Clark Kent's Superman, will be featured across all mediums, including comic books, film, TV, video games, and more. As comic book fans already know, the DC multiverse is crap. I'm sorry, I said that. That's not the statement. The DC multiverse has featured multiple Supermen over the years, sometimes even the same time. Not according to DC Comics.
Yeah, usually when Superman dies, you come out with like 7 Supermen.
Because you can't have Superman dead.
Right.
You just can't.
That's where you get the black Superman. That's where you get the AI Superman.
Well, there's all kinds
That's
of-
where you get Superboy and the dog Crypto.
What was the one where he come out in? It was a red one and a blue one.
Yeah.
Remember that? He had no cape and it was a solid.
It's a red, blue, and
So
it's just stupid.
Quote, in honor of the real world superheroes, we are striving to make this world a better place. The next generation of Superman characters, like John Kent, will be fighting for, quote, truth, justice, and a better world, as first introduced in Superman, Son of Kal-El #1. That according to the company.
Yeah. Oblivion Flickering over there on the Twitters. What do you call people who are attracted to gelatinous compressed meat in a can? Would it be spam sexual?
I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Peekaboo Stark Jekyll. I thought pansexual was when you were turned on by what's cooking in the stovetop.
You wish.
Well, if that's the case, I know a few
Whoops.
people. Yeah.
There's a few people.
The announcement comes after the company recently revealed that John Kent, son of Lois Lane and Clark Kent, will be bisexual. Actor Dean Cain, who more than 2 decades played the Man of Steel during the 90s television show, described the announcement as bandwagoning. Quote, after initially striking up a friendship with reporter Jay Nakamura, he and John become romantically involved in the pages of Superman, Son of Kal-El #5, from the writer Tom Taylor, Dark Knights of Steel, and the artist John Timms, who also did Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
DC Comics announced all this earlier this month.
Dean Cain's not happy about this, by the way.
No. I don't.
He's not happy.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't either.
He's like, I played that character for too long.
Yeah. And the only reason why, was it Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Is not worried about it.
Carvel,
I can't remember his name. Is because he's so busy with Witcher, he doesn't give a damn.
He doesn't care.
He's like,
What? He did.
and they're not.
Okay.
And they're talking about not bringing him back. So he doesn't.
Why
care.
would they bring him back?
I've sadly seen different stuff pop up, and there was
okay.
But do you know why
on.
they don't? It's specifically.
Are they doing Man of Steel again, or are they doing?
We'll just period. They're done with him. They don't like Henry.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because he wouldn't get rid of his damn mustache because he was making more money off of Mission Impossible.
Well, can you blame him?
No.
What was
They
it?
tried to get him to do scenes as Superman while he was doing stuff for Mission Impossible. He had to have the mustache for Mission Impossible, and he grew it out personally instead of having to put on a fake one.
Now that doesn't make sense. Why couldn't you just put the makeup on?
Because it was literally at the same time.
No, but I'm saying it's a whole lot easier to put makeup on and put
He
a fake one on.
No, he
and-
didn't want to do that. He could grow a mustache.
But
and he
here's
was
the
like,
thing.
Nah, this is my mustache, and I'm growing it.
No, and that's fine. Here's the thing, though. Why is it okay then for Chris Evans to do it for Captain America,
Right.
but Henry Cavill,
Because DC...
DC's garbage.
DC is garbage as far as movies go.
No, they're garbage, period, right now. I'm so sick. Like, DC used to be my favorite as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Batman, Superman, Aquaman, all of them.
Okay,
I loved
first off,
them.
Batman, great. Lovely. Awesome.
Give it a minute.
Newest
They'll-
newest Batman's... Yeah. Like, what I mean by newest is the one that's coming out.
Oh, you're talking everything.
I'm kind of upset.
Everything post Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything.
Ben Affleck.
Justice League on.
Everything Ben Affleck.
Yeah, everything past Justice League, I'm dead. You're dead to me.
It's garbage.
All right, it's trash. And the comics have been pulling the whole transgender thing and everything else because there have been a bunch of Marvel comics that did the same thing, but nobody cares.
Well, but I was going to say, but like Marvel did it too, but Marvel's
doing it in a different way. They're literally starting, they're doing Rebirth, Marvel Rebirth, right?
Yeah.
DC did the same thing, DC Rebirth, but Marvel Rebirth. And when they do that, they're taking the characters and they're literally making a new character, just the same skills.
Yeah. It's a new generation.
An actual new generation.
Yeah,
This is also
which
technically...
Which I'm kind of
New
okay,
generation.
but no, DC has always been a step behind Marvel. I'm sorry. It always has. At least one. Maybe two.
Okay. DC has generally better supervillains,
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that. Their villains are top notch.
but their heroes suck ass.
Yes.
They're always a second-rate version.
Oddly
Other than
enough-
Batman, they're always a second-rate version.
Oddly enough, I would say the opposite is true of Marvel.
Yeah. No,
Their
no.
heroes are fantastic. Their villains are kind of yeah. But
Galactus. Okay.
he's a planet eater. What?
Nice.
Really? Like they have pushed him to the point of, infinite.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
they have-
He becomes a good guy, though.
But yeah, but like the villains have infinite powers and they can do all this stuff and just, look at Thanos. I can snap my fingers and a third of the world disappears. That kind of power, and he got his ass whooped that easy. Like,
Right.
let's be honest.
Right. Literally, they just had to take the glove off his hand.
Like, it was that easy. I'm just saying, the only DC that's ever been worthwhile is what they did on CW. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
CW
I
did
don't-
all of those right. I love them.
well,
all of them.
at least the first maybe maximum 3 seasons.
Nah.
Max 3 seasons.
Yeah.
The moment you start doing the crossover bullshit, the moment you start doing the other stuff, yeah.
Something like if you do a crossover from time to time, it's okay.
Yeah,
I can
but
handle it.
literally you set it up to where they're just a city apart from each other, and so they're crossing over after the 3rd season. They're crossing over with each other like all the time.
I know, and I agree with that. That part's irritating. But I'm talking, omit that. The actual story, like Green Arrow was my absolute favorite by far. My oldest is still hooked on Flash from CW. Loves it.
I mean, it's good. It's not
they
a
were
bad
all
show.
like I said, I'm with you. Minus the little crossovers. Like the first time, second time, I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Third and fourth time, they're like, all right, this is a little bit
come
much.
on.
And then it was what, the League of Tomorrow, or
Yeah.
is that the other one where
Yeah,
they had
yeah,
all
yeah.
the other the has-beens they brought together to bring back,
The side characters, they brought
Yeah.
all the side characters.
which was still good, but then they throw it in with all of them into one thing, and you're like, okay, who am I?
What they were trying to do was they were trying to do what the Defenders did
Yeah,
on the Marvel base.
yeah, and look how that failed.
Oh, by the way, that was terrible.
I
It was
never watched it.
It was so bad.
Because I was in the middle, I was in the middle of doing everything the proper way. I had started on Daredevil, which I still haven't finished yet.
What?
I know.
It's a good show.
I know.
I was so pissed when they canceled it.
I know. But I'm almost done. I was almost done. And I started staving off.
Yeah.
I watched like the first episode of The Punisher.
Right.
Which is supposedly is
So good.
fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing.
I watched 3 episodes of Iron Fist.
That gets annoying as hell.
It started to.
The moment, so okay, all right.
It
all right.
really started
So
to.
I went by release.
So you watched
So Daredevil was first, obviously.
Jessica Jones?
Yeah, I did.
I
She's
never
actually
wa-
not that bad.
I didn't watch it.
I watched
wanted
it. No, I watched it because of the bad guy.
Of David Tennant.
Right.
That's gonna say that's the only reason I want to watch it too.
I saw David Tennant's the bad guy. All right, hold on. Hold your horses.
God, we're nerding the hell out right now.
I don't care. There's so many bad stories that we got to talk
I
about
know.
tonight. I don't care.
Give us a moment, please.
Let's just do this, all right? No, okay. Jessica Jones, the main villain is Doctor Who.
I know. Number 10 of all of them.
Actually,
Like,
it's not even Doctor Who. It's Doctor Who playing the Master.
Which is a fantastic way to look at it.
That's
Because
exactly what it is. Master manipulator literally has the ability to control people
yeah, it's
by his voice.
I want to see it just for that. I couldn't care less about Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
I never did because she's just a detective.
Not only that,
It was a glorified Nancy Drew, and I'm like,
right.
eh.
Well, the only problem with it was it created the whole battered woman thing
oh,
because he's the ex,
yeah. I mean,
but also a bad guy that made her do despicable things like kill people
Yeah.
with her super strength.
yeah. Which is, I mean, it's all fine and dandy. I mean, it makes
You
for a
know?
good story. I was never, the only reason I even interested in this one on the show was because it was David Tennant.
I also saw Luke Cage.
I didn't even see any of them.
I wish there was more.
Because
It was pretty good.
I hadn't got there because I realized after I had started branching off and watching others, I'm like, I need to finish one series and then go into the other one, and they start getting
Yeah.
out of control, and I couldn't keep up.
I went all the way and got through the Defenders,
Okay,
and I was very upset.
yeah, I heard that was garbage.
It was so mainly because you have Iron Fist in there, which
That bad.
God, I hate that guy.
That bad, huh?
Like, I hate the character. I hate the guy that acts it. Like, the way that he's acting it, the whole I hate it all.
I was not a fan because they desperately tried to go the same route they did with Green Arrow.
Yeah, I know. And it felt like a ripoff.
It was garbage. It was horrible. Because wasn't the same lady was in it, wasn't it?
No. So there's one main character. There's one side character that's in every single one.
No, I got that. The girl that he liked. It's been so long since I've seen it.
No.
That wasn't the girl from
not
Arrow?
the same. No.
Okay.
Different girls. Anyway,
I don't know what I'm thinking of then. Anyway.
I was just it made me so upset to watch it and then go through, and I had to finish it because I was like, I'm committed.
You started it, yeah.
I'm committed now. It's like, now I just wish they'd do more Punisher and Daredevil. That's all
Punisher's the only one they're doing right now. Daredevil's canceled.
Well, they haven't done any more episodes of Punisher.
Oh, they haven't?
That I know of.
I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
waiting for Witcher to come back out.
I haven't seen it.
It's supposed to come out next month.
I haven't seen it yet.
The whole thing?
Nothing.
Oh, I have.
I have not seen.
It's good.
Is it?
It's good. I actually am quite impressed.
I knew it was going to be good. I just
it
haven't
was
watched
really weird. Okay, and not the story, not the stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little taken aback because on the one hand, it has very much a Game of Thrones feel.
Right.
So, oddly enough,
but without as much sex.
That's what I was going to say. It was funny. It has nudity in it.
Uh-huh.
And it has implied sex,
but it's not like, hey, look, there's a midget getting blown.
Yeah, it's not as overt. It's hard to explain. It's not as bad as Game of Thrones or Rome or any of those other stuff. Spartacus, whatever. It's not like those.
I think that might have been because Henry Cavill's like, nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but at the same time, it's still
close?
there. Like you could see it. There's at least one or two.
It's very risque.
There's one or two. You're like,
leave it to the imagination. Not so much.
Yeah, there's one of them that I'm thinking of in particular that is not necessarily left to the imagination, but they're fully clothed during the whole thing. So it's like
that's awkward.
It's a really weird. It was weird how they did it, but the story itself was.
That's because nobody wore underwear then.
I was actually upset because I think there's only like 8 episodes.
Yeah, it's really short.
And it's really short, and I burnt through it so fast.
You're like, it's an hour each episode, but dang it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oblivion flickering over our Twitter. Autosexual, one who loves Volvos over vulvas and doesn't mind being rear-ended by a gender fender bender.
Also, good with the tailpipe. The Young Frankenstein. No. Carry on nerding out. It makes my tiny cardiovascular system happy. What do you do? You send it all the way over there.
I did it. Yeah, I did it again. I'm doing it wrong. Big Bull Snarky Jackal. Rumor mill keeps saying that Matt Murdock is Peter Parker's lawyer in No Way Home. I've seen those things too.
But here's the thing, right? They're never using in all the movies, and this pisses me off more than anything else. If you don't put the actors that people have been used to and actually enjoy from the TV show into the movie. Now, they've been doing it with Marvel. Marvel's been doing it.
Yeah.
And I hope that they keep going with Matt Murdock going in to be the lawyer. Of course, he may not actually do anything daredevil-y, but...
Well, and he shouldn't be. That's how you make that work.
Yeah,
because for all intents and purposes, yeah, Peter Parker, he's in New York City.
Right.
Murdoch is in New York City. So like that would make sense. And especially if, they come together and have those alliances and but Murdoch is just there as the lawyer. He's not there to be
right
to help him with anything or do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
At least not for like several episodes or several movies or whatever. That's how it should be.
Right. Like it ends the way that they've been doing it Marvel wise, where a movie ends, the TV show begins, and there's no delay. There's no draw out. There's no change of characters. Yeah. That's how it should be.
If Murdoch is in No Way Home, what he literally should be is just a lawyer, just enough for everyone to have seen Daredevil to go and point and freak out, and that's it. But he does nothing other than be a lawyer. That would make it fantastic.
It'd be amazing.
It would.
It would be.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not going to be good for anybody.
No.
The next hour and a half.
It's gonna suck.
Yep, you guys aren't gonna.
You're not gonna like it.
Well, I mean, you might like it, but
Yeah, you're not gonna like it. Because I don't like it.
well, that's why you might like it.
Oh, crap. That way we are prepared.
Don't you love to be prepared? It's right here, by the way.
Okay. That way we're ready.
Right. What?
I'm trying to read the...
Oh, this stuff?
No, the DOI thing. What is that?
Oh, that's like the
Date of...
mhm.
What does the I stand for?
This is Defenders Live.
Okay, we're done nerding out
Yeah, well, I guess it's
for now.
It's
we need to.
yeah.
There's
yeah,
too much
sorry.
stupid stuff
We
to
gotta
get
think.
into, and
Hey,
because nobody tunes in for
nerds.
nerds. That's a different podcast. Sorry, it's a different show.
It
Anyway,
could be. They could tune in for nerds, but not today. That's not what we're supposed. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If I told you that there's a high chance of you getting AIDS, what would you say to me?
That I knew you could get it from a toilet seat, and they lied to me the whole time. I knew it. I knew it. Every time you get splashed at a public bathroom with a toilet water, that's AIDS.
Right.
I knew it.
Every time.
It's right there.
Yep.
AIDS.
Fauci was right.
He was, for once.
What if I told you that this AIDS epidemic is not the same AIDS?
Well, how would it not be the same if it's AIDS?
So it does affect your autoimmune.
Just like AIDS. Yeah, so we
Right.
talked about this, yeah.
Right, yeah, but it's not AIDS.
How is it not AIDS if it's the exact same thing as AIDS?
It's not autoimmune deficiency syndrome.
Okay.
It's called antibody dependent enhancement syndrome.
An antibody dependent enhancement
Syndrome.
syndrome.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like sounds similar to like what a drug addict
Very, yeah, okay.
does.
Yeah,
Once
okay.
you
Right,
get hooked
yeah,
on it, and
yeah.
this would include smoking or
Yeah,
whatever with
right.
nicotine.
Get hooked on a
or
feeling or
Yeah,
caffeine.
you get whatever. Yeah, you get hooked on the high, on the feeling.
Sure,
And
yeah.
in order to maintain, at least this is how you feel. You, in order to maintain, you have to keep doing it. You have to keep, because that, which would require upping the dosages.
Right.
And when
continued usage.
When you stop, could have adverse effects like, severe withdrawals and side effects from that and everything else. So is that the same thing?
It's similar.
Oh, good.
Similar. So immune responses to pathogens involve many cells, many proteins in the immune system. Early during the infection, those responses are non-specific. They're just whatever, white blood cells. Go.
Do your thing.
Go.
We'll deal with it when we figure it out. Just get out there.
Meaning that altogether, they're just directed at the pathogen. They don't know what it is. It's not very specific.
Okay.
This is called your innate immunity.
Okay.
This is your body's innate immunity. Just like, all right, go. Okay. Within a few days, though, it adapts.
Yeah.
So you have adaptive immunity as well, which takes over. It's your immunity identifies the pathogen and slowly builds an antibody to the pathogen.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's what your body does.
Makes
It's a
sense.
normal thing, right?
Yeah.
Whole normal thing. The major goal of the antibody is to bind into the pathogen, preventing it from affecting anything, entering other cells, or creating more.
Okay.
Okay, so it effectively just neutralizes it, kills it, and it dies in your body and then dissolves.
Okay.
Right? So that's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Sometimes antibodies do not prevent cell entry, or in rare occasions, they may actually increase the ability of a virus to enter cells, causing worse damage through mechanisms called antibody-dependent enhancement.
Okay.
See, ADE occurs when antibodies generated during an immune response recognize and bind to a pathogen, but they're unable to prevent infection. Instead, the antibodies act as a Trojan horse, allowing the pathogen to enter all the cells.
Wow.
Importantly, when a vaccinated person subsequently gets infected, this is not automatic evidence of ADE. Specifically, if a vaccinated person gets infected with a pathogen against which the vaccine protects, 3 different scenarios can occur.
Okay.
Number 1,
In no particular order.
mild illness.
Okay.
In this scenario, the person may experience some symptoms but they are inconvenienced.
Yeah.
Minorly.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1 to 3 days.
No big deal.
Yeah, for many
Little issues, but
yeah. For many respiratory or gastrointestinal infections like influenza, COVID, rotavirus, that's common.
Okay.
It's normal. That's the thing. Just mild versions of it.
Okay.
Number 2, breakthrough illness.
Okay.
We've been hearing a lot about
love that word.
Love breakthroughs.
Break it down. Come on. Give it to me.
Traditionally, nicely done.
Thank you.
This term has been reserved for vaccinated people who get more severely ill.
You mean like old folks?
I mean like any folks.
No, but I'm saying like the old folks currently. We've got some stories on that. Stay tuned for that
Or
one.
the young kids. Or the young kids. Yeah, requiring hospitalization or experiencing untoward outcomes, such as disease complications, pneumonia, or death. In this case, the vaccines may not have worked at all or did not induce high enough levels of immunity to be effective. Okay? So neither of those things are ADE, all right?
Okay.
Those 2 items are just what happens.
And you really can't, and to be honest about it, you can't ever tell because all humans are different.
Right.
You know what I mean? The vaccine may work for you. It may not work for you. It's not something that's,
Yeah, your genetic structure is
it's
different,
different from everybody else's. And
so it's not going to be the same. The 3rd scenario is AID.
Okay.
In this scenario, the antibodies in the virus generated in the vaccine generated actual they help the virus infect greater number of cells
Because
than it would have on its own. And This scenario, in this situation, the antibodies bind to the virus and help it more easily get into the cells than it would have been able to do on its own. The result is often that more severe illness occurs than in a person who is unvaccinated. ADE
Wow.
can occur after disease and has on occasion been identified following vaccinations. Any vaccine that has been found to cause ADE has been stopped being used, or more recently, as described below in later text, for dengue vaccine. Been recommended only for those who will not be affected by ADE. Evidence of ADE has, what they say, not emerged yet for the COVIDs.
Yeah, but that's because it's still early.
And also, they can't tell.
It's still early.
And they can't
And
tell.
they can't tell.
And they're pronounced dead for other reasons anyway.
Well, no, it's always COVID.
It's always
breakthrough
COVID.
of COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID breakthroughs, right? Always the breakthrough and never ADE.
Yeah.
I've never heard of ADE.
I didn't either.
I didn't know that this was a thing that you could get.
I didn't either.
But it makes sense that the COVID vaccine would cause ADE,
Yeah.
considering that the COVID vaccine only is set to destroy the outer coating, technically,
Technically. If that.
if that at all.
Wow.
And it would also explain why we have so many breakthrough cases of vaccinated people. And it would also explain why most people that are vaccinated just so happen to be getting worse symptoms than the people who are unvaccinated.
It would make more sense. That's
It would
for
make
sure.
more sense. It's funny how that happens. Anyway, most diseases do not cause ADE.
Okay.
But one of the best studies, studied examples of the pathogen that cause ADE is the dengue virus. Dengue virus is one of the most common infections in the world, infecting hundreds of millions and killing tens of thousands of people each year.
Okay.
Unlike viruses like the measles, mumps, or all the rest of them, dengue virus has 4 different types.
Huh.
They're called stereotypes. Now we're stereotyping.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, they're serotypes. Serotypes.
Serotypes.
They're serotypes.
several ones.
Yes, yeah. These serotypes are very similar, but different, slightly different among them. That sets a stage for ADE. If a person is infected by one serotype of dengue virus, they typically have mild disease and generally generate a protective immune response, including neutralizing the antibodies against the serotype. But if that person is then infected with a second different serotype of the dengue virus, the neutralizing antibodies generated from the first infection bind to the virus and actually increase the effectiveness of the virus itself, allowing it to enter all the cells, resulting in ADE and causing a severe form of the disease called dengue hemorrhagic fever.
Wow. That's a big word. Can't be good. But I mean, when you think about it.
Bleeding fever, basically.
Yeah, basically.
That's not good.
No.
I wonder if it actually makes you bleed.
Well, they wouldn't refer to hemorrhaging.
Maybe it bruises its internal bleeding.
Still can't be good.
No, it's not good. I know it's not.
Just the fact that it could sneak in one way and then turn around and come back in again and be something different.
And they asked the question that everybody wants to know, is ADE caused by vaccines?
Okay.
The answer is sometimes.
Again, because all humans are different.
Right.
Your DNA structure, the stuff you're susceptible and not susceptible to, we're all different.
Yeah. So sometimes.
To make a blanket vaccine for everyone is not possible.
Right. It doesn't work for everyone, and sometimes it's gonna kill people. RSV is a virus that commonly causes pneumonia in children.
Okay.
A vaccine was made by growing RSV and then purifying it and inactivating it in formaldehyde.
Wow. Okay.
The children that were given the stuff in the clinical trials not only got infected, but died.
Ugh.
Mostly of pneumonia from RSV.
Wow. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Measles.
Okay.
You know, the mumps.
Yeah. The
measles,
little thing
mumps,
you get
rubella.
every.
Yeah. Measles, an early version of the measles vaccine was made by inactivating the measles and then using formaldehyde. Formaldehyde's stop using formaldehyde as a chemical agent to inactivate the virus.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Also, formaldehyde kills people too. Just saying.
Gotcha.
Is that fair?
That's fine. I'm fair with that. That
Fair?
makes sense.
Formaldehyde is an agent that can kill. It's a poison.
I mean, it's what you use to embalm people.
Yeah, I know. It's poison. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, people then got measles, high fever, and atypical forms of pneumonia from the measles.
Wow. Okay.
Right. What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah, this is a long one, so you
it's
want
a long way to the well here. So what we're trying to get to is they haven't had enough information about the SARS-CoV-2 to prove or disprove yet.
So what the point of all this is, this could just be an extra little thing. When they say that they're having breakthroughs,
It could not
it
be.
may
it
not
could
be a breakthrough. It may be just the fact that these people have gotten a vaccine that is causing AIDS, the ADE, the whatever the hell it stood for again.
Yeah.
But basically, again, it acts as a Trojan horse to allow what would be the virus to come in and do its thing. It's just another angle that no one is talking about. The antibody-dependent enhancement syndrome.
Yeah. See,
Because if they admit to that, think about it. If they admit to that being out there and being real and being...
this is from this is from a hospital, by the way. This information is from a hospital, a learning hospital. So it's not. Yeah, it's the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
This is not just some random.
No, it is a very long article.
It's a
They go
huge,
very
long
in-depth.
article. If you want the article, we can send it to you. It's
We
not
can
a
throw it up
problem.
on the Facebook or whatever, on the socials if we need to.
I mean, yeah, I can throw it up on the socials or whatnot if you want me to. Actually,
Yeah,
I can
just do that.
Do that
'cause
right now. Do it on the
That way
stream.
y'all could do the reading and see for yourself, because it's insane.
Yeah.
It is insane, the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, and
With this,
I had to go and specifically use a different browser other than Google to find this information.
yeah. DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo was the only way I could go to find this information.
Google doesn't even recognize ADE as a thing
Yeah.
at all. Just saying. That's incredible.
That's
Apparently, Pigpool Snarkajanko over on Twitter, it's pronounced Dengay because it rhymes with Bengay.
don't care.
So, it's slightly venomous. Kurg. Dengay. Dengay. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Yeah. Me say day, me say day, me say day, me say day. Oh. Daylight come and me want go home.
So, In-N-Out Burger.
I don't know why that makes me giggle, but saying dango and then turn around, Dengay and then
So In-N-Out Burger.
an In-N-Out Burger. Have you ever had In-N-Out Burger?
Yes, I did. I went.
Okay.
I went once in Texas, and I also went when I was in California.
What did you think of it?
Generic.
I
Overpriced and generic.
yeah, it's not the greatest.
Well, it's just not.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, and it's
Better
not-
than McDonald's to me.
Yes.
And it's better than Burger King.
Right.
It's better than the normal fast foods. I'll give that.
Well, but it tastes bland.
But yeah, I was going to say, it's
I got my hopes up, is what I'm saying.
yeah, Whataburger still is the best.
So good.
By far.
Like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, no, I'm not.
Hashtag
don't
prove me
be
wrong.
sorry.
No, hashtag prove me wrong. Whataburger is the best.
I mean, I do
not
like
takeout burger. But,
I was about to say I like Five Guys though.
I do too. They're just a little expensive.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I feel like you get more for your money. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, Whataburger is expensive too, but you get more for your money. And I don't see Five Guys as
everywhere.
I don't feel not just that. I don't see that as like a fast food takeout.
Because you have to sit there and wait. It's a diner.
It's a diner. It's not there's no drive-through.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So I move Five Guys into the same vein as like Red Robin.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Because you have to go in and sit down and wait for your food.
Right,
or
and
whatever.
it's not quite as expensive as Red Robin, but
No.
it's still it's like diner food.
Yeah, and so I don't count.
And honestly,
that
it's
as-
good.
I count.
It's
Yeah.
really good. But yeah, so In-N-Out is they got hit by San Francisco.
Ew. I hope they were wearing protection.
No. They weren't. So they decided just to blast the city of San Francisco's proof of COVID vaccination requirements after the San Francisco Department of Health decided to close one of its popular California burger joints locations for serving people without having the proper papers.
Wow, I didn't realize this was Russia or Germany, circa 1941.
Yeah, on Thursday, October 14th, the San Francisco Department of Public Health closed our restaurant at 333 Jefferson Street because In-N-Out Burger Associate employees were not preventing the entry of customers who were not carrying the proper vaccination documents.
We must see your papers.
Yeah. In-N-Out, In-N-Out's chief legal and business officer, Arnie Weinzenberger.
There's no burger there.
I know, but it
would
makes
be funny,
it
though,
makes
wouldn't
me feel better about
Wouldn't it be funny if there was a guy whose last name was a burger?
and he worked
And he
for a
worked for
burger
a burger
joint.
joint? That
It'd
would
be
be
so
hilarious.
good. Yeah, that's what he said in a statement. He continues on saying, our stores properly and clearly posted signage to communicate local vaccination requirements. After closing our restaurant, local regulators informed us that our restaurant associates must actively intervene and demand proof of vaccination and photo identification from every customer and then act as enforcement personnel by barring entry of any customer without the proper documentation. Wow. We refuse to become the vaccination police for any government.
Very good.
That's what Arnie said.
Good job, Arnie.
Slamming the San Francisco Department of Health requirements for unreasonable, invasive, and unsafe, and accusing the city for asking your restaurant to segregate customers based on vaccination documents.
Wow.
See, in August, San Francisco Mayor London Breed
Sure it did.
announced that the city would require businesses in high-contact indoor sectors, including bars, restaurants, clubs, gyms, to obtain proof of COVID-19 vaccination from patrons and employees before servicing.
That just sounded dirty.
I know. The health order was implemented to, quote, protect against the continued spread of COVID-19, particularly among the unvaccinated. According to a statement from the mayor's office.
Wow.
Quote, many San Francisco businesses are already leading the way by requiring proof of vaccination for their customers because they care about the health of their employees, their customers, and the city. This order builds on their leadership and will help us weather the challenges ahead and keep our businesses open.
You know, you can just keep them open anyway. And
Right.
let everyone be,
No,
accountable
it's-
for themselves as individuals.
Why would they do that, though?
Because
That's freedom.
I know. It's weird.
Why would they allow freedom?
Because it sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Freedom. It's just
You can let it ring.
the days.
That's so good.
I miss those days. They're not coming back,
No,
sadly.
the bright days are over.
Gone are the days of Leave It to Beaver.
That's it. This old house, and
No, that was an old Carmen song.
I know, but Little House on the Prairie.
Michael London. Or is it London or Landon? Was he London?
Isn't it Loudoun?
No, you're thinking of the county in Virginia. We're not doing that bit again. Let's not do that. We don't have time.
We got all the time in the world. What are you talking about?
Telling you, we need to come up with a really good one and just run with it.
A good version of it. That'd be
Make
nice.
a clip of that. That'll go good on TikTok. Who's on first?
Anyway. In a statement, Weisinger accused San Francisco of forcing businesses to, quote, discriminate against customers who choose to patronize their business. This is a clear governmental overreach and is intrusive, improper, and offensive.
Amen.
That's right. The San Francisco Department of Health did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
Of course not, because they all know that they're wrong and they have to find a way to come back at it, to argue it, try and poo-poo it, because this doesn't, because it's not the restaurant's responsibility. It's not your job.
No, it's not.
Even if
the health department wants to sit there and have somebody on staff at every business, every restaurant, everything, it's their prerogative. If they don't, you can't force a company to be the arm of the government.
Yeah, but then couldn't you technically sue the government or sue them for having someone block the business coming in?
Yes, you could.
That's why they can't do it.
I know.
The whole thing is so dumb. Even if this was an actual severe
problem, issue thing,
then it still doesn't make sense. People can come and go as they please. This is supposed to be America. I mean, I know it doesn't look like it anymore,
right?
But there used to be such a thing as personal accountability, personal responsibility. There used to be personal sovereignty. You make the decisions for you. That's why again, in one of the arguments, and I don't know if I've used it here, but I know other people have used it constantly, is they're going to turn around and force all this stuff when it comes to COVID, but they're still selling cigarettes. They still sell beer. They still, they don't pass out insulin and diabetes medication for free. They don't do anything else for free. None of these other,
but California gives
chemo
drugs
is not
for free.
free. Well, chemo is not free. Why would you want that for free? But I digress.
But still,
everything else that's supposed to be, helping and curing people isn't free. But this is the one we're pushed. This is the one we're going to hang our hat on. When there's much worse things out there that you're still charging people for, you're still making people break the bank to try and survive.
Right.
To have.
Yeah.
It's asinine. And I'm glad to see In-N-Out Burger do that. It doesn't change that their food is not that great. I mean, it's overrated.
It's overrated. And
I agree
overpriced.
with Knights Who Say Knee over Twitter. In-N-Out burgers are grossly overrated. They're not bad. They're not bad.
They're okay.
But yeah, I
wouldn't pay that money for it.
I'd rather go to White Castle.
Ooh, depends.
Yeah, I'd go to like a White Castle or what's their sister company? It's the one that's opposite of White Castle. Same stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It begins with a K.
Yeah, Knights.
Is it Knights?
I think it's Knights.
Something like that. That's good. But whatever.
Because you have White Castle and then you got the Knights.
No, it's Crystal.
Is it Crystal?
Crystal.
Oh, it's Crystal.
It's
You're
Crystal.
right. Crystal, yeah.
It took me a minute. It's Crystal.
Yeah. It is Crystal, yeah.
Crystal's good too. There's one down in near Alma in Georgia. When I go see my friends down there. Oh yes. Me and the girlfriend drove past there intentionally.
And you're like, huh?
Yeah, we drove past there intentionally on the way back up here for it. We're like, we're gonna stop there and we did. We loaded up. I got
because it did the sliders, dude.
Yes, and I just chewed on them things the entire drive back.
Yeah,
I gained 12 pounds just in an 8-hour drive. It was fantastic.
You gained 12 pounds off of half a pound of beef.
It's a lot of bread.
It's a lot of bread and onions.
Then up real quickly before we got time.
We got time for that. Yeah, we got to hold on to that.
We don't have time for that. Oblivion Flickering over on Twitter. Health Department rules. You must use deadly force to stop unvaccinated from eating in your restaurant. However, if unvaccinated homeless people desire to defecate on your floors, you will be committing a felony by interfering with their activities.
Yes.
That sounds about right. I mean, it makes as much sense.
About correct there. Yeah, Tech Crew 2024, shingles 1/2. Hold the phone over there. Don't give them ideas about the beer.
No, they did that run, and it didn't work.
They tried that. It didn't happen well.
They figured They're going to go after everything as a whole now. Young Frankenslug over on Twitter. California has been Nazi Germany for a number of years. Why do you think all those Californians moved to Portland? It sure as heck wasn't for the weather.
Now they're moving to Texas, but I digress.
Isn't it great?
No.
And it sure?
No, it's not great. But you know what is great?
You know what is great is we have a new sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Go, if you happen to have a luscious beard as
Like that
myself,
guy?
like I have, Steven doesn't have it.
I
God bless
can't.
him.
No.
But if you happen to have a beard, and like mine, you want to keep it as lush and mane and pretty and manageable as humanly possible, you can go to madvikingbeardcompany.com.
/ Defenders Live.
I was going to get there. Use the promo code DEFENDERS. Get you a little discount off of that stuff. It helps with the show and everything else. They've got creams. They got clothes. They got some shirts. They've got... I use this stuff constantly. It's the greatest thing ever.
If I had a beard, I'd be in there.
The smelling and everything is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
They have a full artisan series.
It is, check it out. Go to madvikingbeard.com / Defenders Live. Use the promo code Defenders for a little bit of money off of there.
Yeah, 10%.
Go also to American Pride Roasters Coffee.
Oh.
Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. They're changing Superman's motto, but at least you can have a great cup of coffee. Go to Mojo or
Go to our website.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com and our website, DOAShow.com. Get your tweets in, all that jazz. I got messed up. We're back. That thing threw me off, like really badly.
Oh, well, things happen.
The music threw me off.
Ah, well. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Are you? Like, what are you doing, dude?
I told you, it's the leftover from
Because, yeah, you were out yesterday.
yesterday.
Did you stay out? You stay out of work today?
No, I worked yesterday.
Yeah.
Nothing happened until I got home last night.
That's what I'm saying. You stayed out of work?
Today,
Yeah.
But I'm going in tomorrow because it's not as bad as it was yesterday. Just I feel drained.
You feel poopy?
Oh, so poopy.
Yeah.
Squishy and mishy.
And ew. Yeah, I get you, dude. No worries. Yeah, I wish I could grow a beard. I can't do it. It just doesn't happen.
I'm telling you, the stuff that they do out there is, I love it so much.
Plus, their website's pretty killer.
Yeah, it is. And they send you at least, I've got 4 or 5 different stickers. Every time I order something, they send me stickers and
Everything
they're all
else?
so badass stickers.
Are they really?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we probably need to tweet that out.
All right.
You know,
Here.
go to
Because it does the Twitters, too.
you know, check out our new sponsor. Space. There you go. Oh.
Boom. Boom. What?
Why did it do that?
It doubled up.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Hey, whatever. It's cool.
That sounded comfy.
It was good. It was awesome.
I can't pop anything anymore
Why?
because I'm fat.
How does that mean you can't pop? Like,
Because I can't. I'm fat. It just
it doesn't make any sense.
I tried doing the laying on the floor and the
the pulling. Yeah.
it doesn't work
What?
because I'm fat.
Did you bow up the leg and everything?
Mm-hmm.
It looked all awkward, laying on the floor with one leg straight and the other one bowed
Oddly
out.
enough, my head was more, or my back was more straight than I thought it was because my stomach's so big. It helped push me up with my knees.
You're supposed to be flat,
I mean, it was flat, just not flat.
as flat as you could, right?
It was not flat,
But flat,
but it was flat.
but not.
It wasn't, but it was.
It was like a burger that you cooked on one side a little too long, and so it bowed up.
Ew.
True? Not true? What? You know that happens.
I know.
You get frozen burgers, you throw them in there, and they bow up, and you flip them, and then it's just like a dome.
If you flip them quick enough, you don't have that problem. But you have to be fast.
Got to be quick. Or thaw it out properly.
That's true, too.
But why would you get frozen burgers if you were going to thaw it out?
Yeah, and if you're using the tube.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fight.
Nice to say knee. Because I'm fat is an excuse for everything.
I really want to make a song. Remember the old Afro Man song, Because I Got High?
Yeah.
I want to do one because
I got fat.
because
Because
I-
I got fat.
It's because I'm fat. Because I'm fat. Because I'm fat. Anyway, welcome back to the second hour. Defenders Live.
Now I'm thinking about lyrics to that song.
I know. Na-na-na-da-da-na-na. I was going to get off my butt, but I am fat. Anyway.
Because I am fat.
Because I'm fat. Nancy Pelosi announced on Wednesday that she will be stepping down as top Democrat in the House by 2022 in a deal with Democratic lawmakers pushing for generational change. The deal secures her the vote she needs to become Speaker of the House in January.
If she's going to step down in 2022, why would she need to get the House Speaker position again in January of 2022?
Well, maybe it's the end of 2022. She wants to have one more year, maybe? Because it just says that she will step down in 2022. She didn't say when. And so maybe she's like, I just want this one more run. I will step down if you guys do this. And
She's all Daft Punk.
God, I hate that. I don't see that. Like, this is the problem: is you're making deals and junk in between each other,
Right.
for what?
Nothing.
The term limits proposal, if passed by a majority of Democratic members, would require that all 3 senior leadership members step aside after serving 3 terms. They could serve a 4th term with 2/3 support of the Democratic caucus, but because it would apply retroactively, the upcoming Congress would be Pelosi's 3rd term as leader.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's just trying to ride it out for another year.
She's just trying to get her last term.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right. Hold on.
She wants that 4th term.
She wants indefinite terms, but that's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn that Nancy Pelosi's been speaker for like 30 years.
No, she's just really old. She's been in government for 7 years.
No. Like, they get me. She was Speaker of the House sometime during the Obama era.
Okay.
She was Speaker of the House during Trump.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. Don't get me wrong.
And I was dead certain that she was Speaker of the House between the transition of Bush to Obama. I might be wrong.
No.
And if a term is
'cause I think
their 4-year term,
that was Boehner.
was it Boehner?
Boehner.
Okay.
Remember, because he was drunk as a skunk the whole time.
Of course he was. He didn't have anything to do.
Scrowl.
Oh, whatever. Is the guy gonna die? Okay, maybe, but
I believe that was Boehner between Bush and
I'm just
Trump.
like, Nancy Pelosi has
Obama.
been. It's been a long time.
Well, she's been in politics again for a long time. She's had pictures taken with Robert Kennedy, for crying out loud.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, just saying.
Ugh.
I'm saying. Dang, she's been around time and again.
Round, round, get around. She gets around.
Her and Betty White, man. Good Lord, have mercy.
Except for Betty White's a good person.
As far as we know,
We like
and we
Betty.
want to keep it that way.
That's right.
Don't ruin it for me.
Do not ruin that.
A quote, over the summer, I made it clear that I see myself as a bridge to the next generation of leaders. Stop it. A recognition of my continuing responsibility to mentor and advance new members into positions of power, responsibility in the House Democratic Caucus.
I mean, she is as flat as a board, so it makes sense.
See, that bothers me. It's her responsibility to advance new members into positions of power.
Yeah, she's not supposed to.
That's not your job.
Your job is not to advance other people into positions of power. Your job is to be a representative, and that's it.
That's it. Continuing on, quote, I am comfortable with the proposal, and it's my intention to abide by whether it passes or not.
Nancy Pelosi's been on thin ice for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Like, since she got her speakership, she's been on thin ice.
Yeah. Pelosi, who represents San Francisco,
Became
the top Democrat in the House in 2003. She was the first woman Speaker of the House in 2007. Uh-huh. Yes.
Hold on.
Sure.
She became top Democrat in 2003. That means she basically was representing the Democrat Party.
Uh-huh.
In 2007, she became the first speaker.
First female Speaker.
First female speaker, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Can you help me?
Sure.
It's 14 years,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you saying...
I'm not
So
saying
I was right.
Mhm.
She was Speaker of the House at the end of Bush
Mhm.
into Obama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you... How is that
You okay?
only 3 terms?
Mathematically, it's what? If you break it down to 2022.
House vote. Houses get voted on every 2 years, and they alternate 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 4. So 2 years you get half of it, 2 you get the other half, 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2.
Unless she's basing it off of president's term?
No,
I don't know.
You can't
dude.
base you have to base it off a 4-year term of you being in office or of you being the majority. Maybe that's it.
Maybe.
But
I
even
don't
then-
know.
But even then, like, Democrats have
Yeah.
been a majority more so than not during the Obama era.
I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know how she gets it unless.
I don't know.
Asking for a friend, Jack Pelosi was Speaker from 2007 to 2011. Boehner was 2011 to 2015 or 2017. You can't remember. And then Paul Ryan was after that until 2018. And then she came back. So
Boehner? Why would they do Boehner?
remember because Boehner was
John
was
Boehner, yeah.
He was drunk as a skunk the whole time. It
Yeah,
was
he was.
funny. That's why I liked it.
Then Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan was Speaker?
For like a week.
A week?
It felt like a week.
Right.
It wasn't very long.
It wasn't long at all, no. How is Paul Ryan ever Speaker of the House? That doesn't even make any sense. I don't remember that being the case.
They got rid of Boehner, remember? They got rid of him.
They had to get rid of Boehner.
He got the axe, and Ryan
Yeah,
took over until...
to me, Paul Ryan, the only thing I remember about Paul Ryan is that his failed election bid for president, and the
Yeah.
fact that he was like, oh yeah, I exercise all the time. Look at how fit I am. That's all I got for him.
I thought that was Harry Reid.
No.
Remember that's how he got busted in the face because he fell on a treadmill?
Yeah, that was great.
Or I don't remember what old thing he got beat up, but apparently whatever it was whooped his ass.
Yep.
Pelosi, who, where were we at? Whip Steny Hoyer, who earlier in the week told reporters that he does not support term limits. Of course he doesn't, because he cuts in on your stuff. Has served as the number 2 Democrat since 2003.
Wow.
Collectively, almost 20 years as the number 2 Democrat.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So are we saying just House speakership, or are we saying top Democrat? Because Nancy Pelosi has been the top Democrat since 2007 or 2003, technically.
Mm-hmm. It's been those two as the top.
Yeah, so it's been
She's been one.
Pelosi and Hoyer.
Hoyer. number 1, number 2, and Clyburn
Since 2003.
and Clyburn has been number 3 since 2006, and none of them won it because
Okay, so they're technically she can't be anymore. She can't be in the top spot.
if they pass the term limits, which conveniently nobody wants. Hoyer doesn't want it. Clyburn doesn't want it.
But now she's saying, yeah, I'll accept it if you let me stay for another year.
Yeah. Basically.
You do know, like, they get a bonus for being these positions that they appointed themselves to.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it weird?
Like, they get more money to be
It's like
be in the position that they're in, to hold more power over everybody, that the created positions that they made for themselves
Yeah.
make them more money.
It's like they're doing more work, but they're not doing more work.
they're doing less work.
They're not doing anything.
Right.
Pelosi commitment was enough to secure her the votes of several Democratic holdouts. In a joint statement sent by Representative Ed Perlmutter, Bill Forster, and Linda Sanchez, Seth Moulton, Tim Ryan, Philemon Vila. That's not how I've ever seen Philemon, but anyway. And incoming Representative Gil Sinesro, Cisneros. Sounds like a disease, doesn't it? I almost said Cicero. That's what I almost said.
Right. Cisneros.
Yeah, Cisneros.
Cisneros.
Big nose. Who were all originally no's on Pelosi. Get it? Nose.
No, just
I was waiting and there was nothing.
Nope.
There was crickets there.
There was.
Who were originally
it was a bad
all
joke.
denied, antis, against on Pelosi as Speaker. The lawmakers committed to supporting her in the upcoming January 3rd floor vote. Quote, "We wish to thank Nancy Pelosi for her willingness to work with us to reach this agreement," they said. "We are proud that our agreement will make lasting institutional changes that will strengthen our caucus and help develop the next generation of Democratic leaders. We will support and vote for Nancy as Speaker of the House in the 116th Congress," end quote.
That's how they do the terms.
Yeah.
Like 115th, 160th. That's how they do the terms. Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. She's been in office in politics
forever.
Way too long. The Democrats have decided to support Pelosi after all have long been calling for a new generation of leadership. Younger Democrats have been frustrated with the tendency among their party to prioritize experience, leaving them to wait their turn or to find opportunities elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Newsflash, pumpkins. That's all politics.
That's all you're
It's
ever
not
gonna
just
do.
Democrats. They do the same thing as Republicans.
You're always going to wait your turn.
You have to pay your dues and
Why do you think Joe Biden's the president right now?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that he waited his turn.
Yeah. He waited his turn. The deal will also free up new Democratic House members who promised to vote against Pelosi on the campaign trail to stand by their promise. Pelosi, who was the only lawmaker to run on the position of Speaker, has been working steadily toward locking the vote she needs on the floor to just 218, a majority since the midterms. Before Ohio Representative Marcia Fudge, the only Democratic publicly considering challenging Pelosi, even announced a bid, Pelosi staved off her challenge in a deal with Fudge, who was named a subcommittee chair. She also won over New York Representative Bill Higgins in another deal ahead of securing the caucus's nomination. But Wednesday's deal is by far the most significant, not only in the number of votes that it secured, but in that it included some of her most outspoken critics.
So one of the little things, the little nuggets that I found out about Congress and everything else was the fact that they spend most of their time doing one of two things: making deals between each other and calling people to get them more money.
Yeah. Yep.
That is like 90% of the political life in DC.
Yeah, which is great when you think about it, because they could be actually doing their initial job, which is representing their constituents.
But why would they do that when they can call people to get money and also make deals between themselves to make them more money?
Yeah. That's so much easier than actually doing what you're told to do.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Paul Ryan was Speaker of the House for almost 5 years. Remember? Because he got his ass whooped on the riding lawnmower. Which sounds funny to say. It sounds much worse than what it was. But remember, he was cutting grass and the neighbor came over and just beat the snot out of him?
That wasn't Paul Ryan.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Who was it?
That was what's his face?
Oh,
the
Rand
doctor.
Paul.
That was Rand Paul.
Sorry, I get him mixed up.
Yeah, that was Rand Paul. Yeah, and he got toe up.
Yeah, he did. I was thinking Paul Ryan. I'm a Rand Paul. I'm sorry.
Rand Paul. That was Rand Paul that got himself
Paul and R is all the same.
Yeah, they were all there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
B from the SAV also continuing a public servant, quote unquote, for nearly 20 years, which allows him to now fleece the American people by drawing nice pension for life and a paid assistant for 5 years post office.
Which is
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, which was basically posted at the same time as asking for a friend Jacko. Leadership positions also increase their pensions, especially if they retire while they're in those positions. See Paul Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. Knights Who Say Knee is wondering, are there any specific exercises one could do to strengthen your caucus?
Vote.
I was going to say Kegels.
Both.
Kegels and squats.
While voting.
And squats.
While voting.
Mm-hmm. One-legged dead drops. It's harder when it's one-legged.
I know it's harder when it's...
If you could do it one-legged, God bless you. Just saying. So I just thought it was a little weird that she allegedly is she's going to be stepping down. I don't think she's going to. I think they're going to finagle stuff and mess around and all that jazz. But
yeah,
there you go.
Rand Paul.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I told you, I get them mixed up. I really do. I get them.
Actually,
Paul Ryan and Rand Paul, I thought
I did for a while with the name because of
for about a
RPPR.
year. I swear to God, I thought it was the same person.
Nope.
I did. I didn't. I can see the faces. Like, I know what Rand Paul looks like. And so every time somebody kept saying Paul Ryan, I kept thinking
Rand Paul.
And I'm oddly enough, I'm not dyslexic.
No, that's a face thing.
It's just Rand Paul and Paul Ryan are very similar.
Right.
Hashtag prove me wrong.
It's one of those situations to where a dad decided that he wasn't going to give his son his own name, but he was going to give him something similar. You know, Ron Paul, Rand Paul.
Apparently, I'm being called out. How do you confuse Paul Ryan and Rand Paul? One of them is a complete douche nozzle, and the other one is a great defender of liberty.
Well,
Great defender of liberty is a little bit of a stretch. I will.
He's generally an okay defender.
I
of liberty.
would agree that he's one is definitely better than the other one, but
better than most,
and better by most. But he's still a career politician. He's still there's still.
Well, he was a doctor, and a better one than Fauci.
Oh yeah, but he's still certain things I question a little bit on. But I will grant you that one is better than the other. I'm just saying the name is familiar. That's all.
It's the name switch. That's
name,
all
it was.
It has nothing to do with their personalities. It has nothing to do with what they did. It is literally just the name.
Yeah, if you put two of those names in the same article, I have to pause for a moment and actually go, okay, and put them into their respective category of who they were. Right. But on wake me up at dead of night and ask me who the hell Rand Paul is, I'll be like, oh, he's Speaker of the House, and that's I would screw it up.
Yeah.
So
it's because you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Knights Who Say Knee, one-legged dead drops. Is that the move you do when you had too much fiber?
Yes.
That's what they call it. Anyway.
That's what they tell me.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. So parents, students, and teachers packed the Carroll Independence.
I thought you were getting ready to do a commencement speech. No. Parents, students, and faculty. Lend me your ears.
Students and faculty. Today is a day.
No.
That will live in infamy.
Right.
We will fight them on the land. That would be funny, wouldn't it?
We will defend our eye.
Take a bunch of take one line from all the famous
speeches
throughout history and just throw it into one speech and see if
I
anybody
think you
catches
could
it.
do that and make something viable.
I think it'd be funny.
Especially when it's like all of the major like war speeches, like we're going to war speeches. You take one good line from each
Yeah.
and put them all together.
That would be funny.
I think you could do that. Even Hitler, you can use him.
No, that's what I'm saying. All the famous
All
ones.
of them.
Going as far back as speeches are recorded.
Right.
Just take one line.
One line. Oh, it'd be good.
That'd be great. Anyway.
Start in Rome and work your way up. Anyway.
So parents, students, and faculty.
Yeah. Packed the Carroll Independent School District Board meeting on Monday night.
Uh-oh.
Up in arms.
Well, that's illegal. You're not supposed to have guns on property.
After
a
the
safe
district administrator said opposing views and perspectives on the Holocaust should be taught,
By
all due to the new Texas law.
what new Texas law?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. NBC News obtained a recording of Gina Petty.
Oh, I'm sure she sounds petty.
But it's the other way. It's like a mani petty.
Anyway.
The district executive director of the curriculum and instruction saying during a training session this month, quote, make sure that if you have a book on the Holocaust, that you also have one that has an opposing view, that has other perspectives. How do you oppose the Holocaust? Petty asked during the meeting. Believe me, that comes up. Petty was addressing requirements for the newly passed HB 3979, a Texas bill passed over the summer requiring teachers to include multiple perspectives when discussing controversial social events in history. District Superintendent Lane Ledbetter apologized last week after Petty's remarks, indicating that there are, quote, not two sides of the Holocaust, and promising to work with his staff to clarify the district's policy.
How do you what? How do you clarify a policy that says if you have one, you have to have the other?
Well,
But if there's no two sides,
if there's only one side of this story. The Holocaust was bad.
no, absolutely what. But then I still go back to multiple perspectives when discussing controversial social events.
Right.
What do you need? Like there, multiple perspectives
Uh-huh.
of a controversial social event. That is not the. That doesn't mean that you go, well, here's the Holocaust story. This is the story from the Jews' side. This is the side from the SS leaders.
This is from Hitler.
This is from. Yeah.
It's called Mein Kampf.
Yeah. Here's Mein Kampf. You could read Mein Kampf. You can read Goebbels. You could read,
I would state
Mengele, all this stuff, all of these things. Here's the side, because they're going to say that it was not a big deal. They're going to pass the buck up the line and say, well, I just did what I was told. They're going to, and don't get me wrong. I think to learn and get a glimpse of, just how dark some of these people are is a great thing to be. So you could kind of, suss it out in yourself and others and kind of go, hey, we're not like this.
Right.
But at the same time, like that it's not a counter position. The Holocaust was bad, to put it as plainly as humanly possible.
Well, to be fair.
To be fair.
Usually that's me.
Well, I'm doing it on purpose.
To be fair.
When you have the Holocaust, I agree that you should also teach and present
The reasoning.
snippets of Mein Kampf,
Yeah.
if not the entire book. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Give them again, you're getting
Give
a
them
glimpse of their understanding of where they were coming from.
give them a glimpse. Give them Goebbels. Give them Mein Kampf. Give them the perspective of this is where he was coming from. Of course, there's also this position that he was lying about all of it.
Look what it led to. Look at what this actually translates into.
Right. Always look at the line of how it worked out in the end, so that okay, well, he followed this path of reasoning, and the moment that he did, this is the left turn that he made, and
Yeah. Here's where it deviated. Here's where it went to hell in a handbasket.
here's where the timeline branched.
Yeah. Here's where and look, here's where his statement is part. Here's where part of it is true, and here's where the lie's at.
Right.
And you see that pattern happen all the time. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, nothing.
But
at
to
all.
teach it, but there's not a perspective that would require you to
Say that actually, if this was if she had stated this in Germany, she would be in jail right now.
Yeah.
Because even Germany knows there is no good side.
Yeah, like that's the point, is you can't do it from this. That's like saying, because I know where she's going with it is from the angle of like slavery, but it doesn't work that way either.
Right.
Because again, you can't base the past, the living of people in the past, off of the modernizations of the way people live now. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. From the SAV, the guy who thinks that Rand Paul was speaker is now microanalyzing Jack Hole's opinion on Rand Paul's freedom score. Yes, because I have a microphone and I can do that.
Right, that's how we do this. This is how it works.
It's called an opinion. It's my opinion.
You tune in to listen to it.
It's not saying it's right or wrong. It's just an opinion.
Uh-huh.
Asking for friend Jack Hole. Name 3 better than Rand Paul, and you can't say Thomas Massey. I wasn't going to say Thomas Massey anyway.
Wait, why can't you say Thomas Massey?
I don't know, but he said not to.
Why?
I know, because I guess it's obvious, and
that's obvious.
It's an obvious one.
Well, if you're gonna exclude, it's like,
and you would have to
name better president. Name a better president than anybody, excluding all the good ones.
Yeah, name a worse president than Woodrow Wilson or Andrew Jackson,
excluding everyone else.
Yeah, it's. No, I don't know, because you have to
excluding Barack Obama and Joe Biden.
Joe Biden and Gerald Ford and Carter and
actually, Carter's not so bad when you consider what Joe Biden's already done.
I know. Carter was just a lame duck the whole way. No, I mean, but it depends on
Carter's still alive, isn't he?
Barely. No. Didn't he just die?
No.
Who was it? One of them just died. Anyway, going back to this though. The question is how are you what's your barometer? What is the gauge of being quote unquote better than Rand Paul? Are you talking about by actual definition or like a, like the Freedom Caucus scorecard, like that kind of a thing? If you're going by that, or are you talking by actual vote and by actual stuff? Because those are two very different things. And I'm not saying.
This is Defenders Live.
I'm not saying that Rand Paul wasn't good and isn't still isn't somebody who stands for freedom. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying that he's not as great. I mean, he's not as great as everyone gives him the credit for. Now, compared to the other filth that's in the House and Senate, then yes, he by far is a lot. But at the same time, it's.
Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, the problem with it is he's still, I don't say career politician, but he's still been there for a long time. We need to.
Isn't Rand Paul a senator?
Yeah, I believe so.
So he's not a House member.
No. So, still, I don't know.
He's a senator.
I'm still trying to recover from.
He's a senator, so he's supposed to be representing his state, not his people.
Yeah, which is a whole nother. Like, what I would like to have somebody, and I've thought about this. I really have. I know I would never win, but I would love to run.
Let's do it.
I would love to run, looking exactly like I do. I'm not shaving.
Do it.
I'm
Yeah,
not
do
cutting
your whole
up,
thing, yeah.
and just walk in there and be like, here's what's going to happen. I am not promising you anything. All I'm promising you is to give you back your voice. I'm not giving you a damn thing. I'm not making any promises to,
I will
give you
be
jobs.
your actual representative.
I'm going to do the job that the Constitution requires of me. And that is to turn around and be your representative. If I can get a vote, if something comes to me, if I win and I'm in the offices, if something comes to me that I'm getting ready to vote on, I will bring it to before all of you in this district. And all of you can read it and check on it and make your vote. And I will go based off of that decision. Point blank.
Done.
I won't live in D.C.
Nope.
I will live
home.
here. I will commute back and forth and out of my own pocket.
Right.
Oh, dude, I doubt I would win, but I would love to just kind of go in there and be completely different.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think it would be funny.
I would teleconference in.
Teleconference, or I'll drive myself. It's a 4-hour drive.
It's not that bad. And I mean, if you come home, you go there, you do the things, you stay there for the week, and you go back home or whatever.
I don't know. I would like
You're not
to.
supposed to be there all the time.
No.
That's the other thing. Everybody's there all the time. You're not supposed to be there all the time.
Mm-hmm. I would like to. I would like to do it just on that bit, but that takes so much time away from everything.
Everything.
I thought about talking to Alan about it, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've been wrestling with it for a while.
What, talking to him for you to do it or to throw him in?
No, for me to do it.
Oh. Let's do something. Let's do local.
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. We could actually affect change then.
It's possible. Well, I've talked to Alan. Not necessarily. There's a lot.
There's a lot of red tape.
There's a lot of places in this state that's bought and paid for. Let's just.
There's a
say
lot
it
of
that
red
way.
tape, and by red tape, I don't mean Republican.
Yeah.
But they are. North Carolina's weird. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. So the Biden administration has announced that Rachel Levine,
Okay.
remember the person that got Health and Human Services Director?
The cross dresser,
Yes.
because that's what he is.
With the moobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No, yeah, he's just a cross dresser.
With the moobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't gotten the nip and tuck yet.
Assistant Secretary of Health
Because that makes sense.
is the, quote, first ever female 4-star admiral, I can't even say that with a straight face,
What?
of the U.S. Public Health Service Commission's Corps.
But he's not a female. I don't even know what his real name is. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but Rachel Levine is not a female.
Well, I mean, Rachel Levine is the person's name legally now, so.
But it's not he's not a female.
You're
He's
correct.
A cross-dresser.
Yes.
You can't label it as the first ever female 4-star admiral. Which I did not realize the U.S. Public Health Services Commission Corps was...
Or as Barack Obama would say, corpse.
Yeah. I understand it's a commissioned corps, but it doesn't make it the military. So how do you have it as a 4-star admiral? An admiral is somebody who's over in the Navy. An admiral is a title for a sailor.
He definitely goes port to port.
No, I don't. Have you've seen him?
Yeah.
There's no way he's getting anything.
Dark Knight.
Ew. Anyway. How can you, again,
Drunk sailors on a dark night. He's going to get.
No, I don't think there's not enough alcohol.
Yes, there is.
No.
Well, there's also other things. Anyway.
Ew. Ugh. There's
Rachel,
so much wrong with this.
Yeah, Rachel, who is a biological male, previously served as Secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Health before being nominated as the Assistant Secretary of Health for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services under the Biden administration. In Tuesday media release, the Department of Health and Human Services said that the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, or HHS, publicly announces today the nation's first openly transgender 4-star officer across any of our 8 uniformed services in the United States.
Well, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
One, you said a second ago that it was the first female.
Yep.
This is said the first openly transgender.
Well, hold on.
Which is it?
The Biden administration said first female. The DHS or the HHS said first
which is it?
transgender.
You gotta pick one.
Well,
Pick one.
Do you want to go with Biden or do you want to go with
I don't want to go with either one of them. I want this person out of office because they're a horrible human being who cannot do the job properly.
who was appointed there without any real requirement?
Not even a requirement. The only reason why they picked it was for pandering.
Yes, for transgenders.
That's it. Ugh. And two, and I would like, and I need to look this up. 8 uniform services in the United States?
8. There's 8 of them. You
8.
caught that, right? 8. Yeah, there's 8. 8
I know.
uniform
Now, hold on.
services in the United States.
Hold on.
8 of
I'm
them.
confused.
There's 8 of them.
I don't.
8.
I don't think so.
8.
Hold on. What? Oops. Helps if I can spell.
How many
What are the 8
uniformed
uniformed
services
services?
in the U.S.?
Okay. So we have the United States Navy.
Uh-huh.
We have the Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Army, Air
Got it.
Force,
Okay. Coast Guard is not.
National Air, or Air National Guard,
Air National Guard. Never heard of
the
it.
NOOA Corps,
NOAA. Yeah. NOAA.
and then the United States Public Health Service Commission Corps. I did not know.
Yeah, so NOAA is the oceanic.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But I did not know that the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps
Yeah.
is an actual. They operate under military rules.
Yeah.
Hold on. What does this say? This is news to me.
Yeah. You're now getting
Hold
freaked
the
out,
effing phone.
aren't you? You are holding the phone.
I literally am holding the phone. Get out of the damn screen. What did that say? I was trying to. There was a
blurb.
It was a blurb, but now I can't find it. Effing Wikipedia. I hate this junk.
So yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, along with NOAA.
Operate under military rules with the exception of and I'm trying to find out what the exception is. Keep going. I'm going to find this.
Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, they were, she was, he, them, they.
Him. It's a him.
Rachel was ceremonially sworn in as a 4-star admiral. Ceremonially.
Oh. I got it now.
What?
The U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps, along with NOAA, operate under military rules, with the exception of the applicability of the UCMJ, which means that they're not held to the standards of the UCMJ. Period.
How do they operate under?
They don't.
You can't operate under the uniform rules and not be privy to the rules.
To which they are subject only when militarized by executive order, while detailed in any component of the armed forces.
Why would your public health services be militarized?
I don't know, maybe to force a vaccine onto its populace. I'm just spitballing here, but
no. And this person would be the admiral?
Yeah.
A 4-star admiral.
This is a joke. This is such a joke. Oblivion Flickering on Twitter. Are you talking about Rear Admiral Rachel Levine, the one that looks like Alfred Hitchcock in a Robert Plant wig?
Yes.
A great observation, by the way.
Yeah, that's very spot on. Honestly.
Yeah.
Spot
Night you say
on.
knee. Is Levine considered a rear admiral? Asking for a friend Jackhole, Rachel Levine is proving that men are better women than women. Kind of like when Jenner won Woman of the Year.
And how those men are winning all those women's competitions. Yep. That's kind of the thing.
This is so stupid.
So speaking of all of this stupidity,
speaking of the erasure of women.
Yeah, the erasure of women. Margaret Atwood, who is the author of The Handmaid's Tale. It was a book and it became a TV show.
I knew it was a TV show. The ex-wife used to love that show. I
Yeah, so The Handmaid's Tale is basically post-apocalyptic world where you don't the rate of childbirth is incredibly low, and those people who are able to birth children are basically sold to the highest bidder.
Almost like a form of slavery.
Kind of like slavery, but specifically made so that women are forced into a position of only being birthing tanks
That's it.
for the rich.
Huh.
Basically, the erasure of women in society.
Okay.
She's facing backlash from liberal social media users after she posted an article pushing back against the erasure of women in favor of transgender activism.
So
in society.
the book wasn't apparently clear enough for them.
Well,
I think she made a pretty clear point between the book and the show. Like, it was
I'd
very
s-
clear where her stance was, and then she pushes it again, and they're like, oh, wait a second. Now that you're actually calling it out, saying it's the transgender activism, not just men, oh, now there's a problem.
yeah, see, everybody was, her book was turned into a TV show, and it was supposed, like, the TV show was during the Trump administration and all the rest of it, so everybody looked at it as, like, anti-Trump, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, which is why I didn't watch it.
Really? I didn't watch it because
That
it looked
and-
like trash.
Well, that, as I say, I'm with you on that one, too. That and the
The ex-wife.
there's something about the lead lady just irritated.
like the face?
She just,
It was the face.
Yeah, she looked like a social justice warrior.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, she turned out to be one.
So, wow. Sometimes you can tell a book by its cover.
It's pretty obvious nowadays.
Like this.
If you know what to look for.
Right. It's one of those things. Just little tidbits. But yeah, she was hailed
Yeah.
as like
At the time, yeah.
greatness in the social media world.
Yeah.
And now it seems like she's there's a term for her for these. We talked about this the other week. She would be considered a TERF.
That's right.
She'd be TERF. Yeah. Because she doesn't like trans peoples,
Yeah.
but she's a feminist.
Like I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the problem is with having an issue with because to be hung up on being transgender.
Yeah.
Trans
Uh-huh.
implies moving from one to another,
Huh.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why would you want to
Transitioning.
Yeah, why would you stay in that spot? Why would that be the thing that you want to hang on to?
I
And-
don't-
and I
why
mean
wouldn't
this-
you just finish the transition and then be?
But that's kind of what I'm saying. Is if you're a guy transitioning into a woman,
Right.
then you want to be a woman.
So
Why not a transgender? See, that it doesn't like that little section part
It-
that they're making that to be their identity, and that is such a fleeting thing because,
Right.
and that's why none of them will get actually cross the line and get
They'll never
surgeries. A
finish.
lot of them don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
most
saying
of them
all.
don't. Most of them
don't.
Right.
Because it just that means they have to be committed on one side or the other.
Right. They'd rather be trans and then make their own identity out of it and say everybody else is mean.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Finish commit.
Yeah,
Commit.
Pick a lane and stay to it.
I mean,
Like, I don't have a problem. I really don't. If somebody chooses to go from male to female,
right.
then God bless you. I don't know what the hell that feels like. I
have no
couldn't
idea.
possibly put myself in your shoes.
But
what
okay.
what is rolling around your brain, and I truly empathize and feel bad for you because it's the same thing. I have the same feeling as towards transgender folks as I do with people who commit suicide.
Right.
I've
Because they do commit suicide a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've only rarely been in that spot a couple times in my life, but
Right,
not very
right.
often. But like overall, like I can't relate to that. Same thing with people who are easily depressed or anxious or whatever. I could empathize from a distance, but I don't know what that's like. I can't imagine, and my heart goes out to you. That's about as far as I go.
Right, yeah.
After that, it's like okay, you kind of pick something. Let's just
Go. Come on, pick it up.
I don't
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
To drag this crap around and try and make everybody, do for you because, I get special treatment because I'm in the middle. Well,
Well, if you're stuck in the middle, that means you got a spike up your butt anyway.
pretty much.
So, Anyway,
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I saw this story. And,
Apparently, Atwood wrote the The Handmaid's Tale after spending time in Afghanistan.
also makes a lot of sense.
It does, because they're really very much anti-woman over there. Look what's going on now.
Yeah.
I just, again, the whole to make transgender a community is to me is insane. You're creating something out of nothing, and it's out of people who are non-committal, whether they want attention or whether they're actually struggling with something. And instead of actually trying to address it and fix the problem so they can get on with their life and be happy and productive and solid, you're encouraging them to stay in this middle and just ping pong off both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Again, all while trying to get attention out of it. And you're not helping them in either way.
Yeah, it's really not helping
that's
anybody.
horrible.
It actually hurts society as a whole.
Yeah, because you're changing the rule, not just for the people that are there, but for everyone around them. Now everyone has to walk on eggshells. Now everyone has to adjust their life and do the theirs and thems and all that junk.
It's like when somebody says that they're vegan and they come over to a party.
Yeah, or I'm a vegetarian or whatever. It's like,
oh, okay, did you bring your own food? Because I'm not catering to you.
well, at the same time, like
I've got carrots. You want carrots?
no. To be honest, if you are friends with somebody who's a vegetarian
Sure,
or
yeah,
vegan
yeah.
and you invite them over, you're going to accommodate them.
If I invite them over knowing that they're vegan or vegetarian,
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I have something for them. But let's say they're a person that...
But if you owned a restaurant,
No, let's do it this way. I invite a friend over.
okay,
That friend does a +1. It says, hey, I'd like to bring somebody else. Is that okay? Yeah, cool.
and you're not warned in advance.
I'm not warned in advance.
Yeah.
If I'm not warned in advance and they come over and I've got food,
Meat galore.
I've got meat and I've got food that's been processed that you can never tell if it's actually not had any meat touching it or whatever else or all the rest of this stuff. And then, I probably have like a veggie snack or something because whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, I'm vegan. I'm like, oh, well, you should have said
I guess
something.
you're hungry.
I guess you're going to be hungry. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy carrots.
There's some grass out in the yard.
There's a vase of flowers over there. That work?
I'd knock the pollen off. No, I'm with you on that one. Just you're not, and again, at the same time, you're not helping the person because they are suffering from something. There's a problem there.
Yeah.
Whether it is truly like a mental chemical issue in the brain or whether it's just a severe bout of depression of sorts, you're not trying to help the person. You're enabling it and causing that hole to become deeper.
Correct. Yes. Instead of correcting the mental issue, you are physically modifying
You're
your
enabling.
body and enabling a lot of things. So the young Frankenslug points this out. Atwood doesn't hate transgenders.
No.
She's just like J.K. Rowling, also a TERF. Wants people to acknowledge that men are men and women are women and that they're opposites.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just by changing your clothes doesn't make you the opposite gender.
Yeah. And even if you go through the surgery, by the way, doesn't make you the opposite gender. Now, it makes it harder to tell.
Right.
But at least at that point, again, you're in a lane.
Genetically, you're still the same.
Yeah. But again, at least at that point, you're really committed to being there.
Yeah, at least you're changed on the outside, and
Yes.
hopefully your mental state will stabilize.
Yes. But this being in the middle stuff, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't help
No.
anything.
Nope.
You're just you're further digging that hole, and it makes it harder for them to get out later, if they ever can.
Oh, yeah, no, I gotcha. And that's
Oblivion Flickering is transgender, kind of like the purgatory between heaven and hell. From what I hear,
actually, it's probably worse.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, purgatory is just supposed to be like a spot.
Yeah, well, it's
that
the
you're
in
at.
between. You're not at one and you're not at the other.
Yeah,
And
but but people who are transgendered are self-torturing,
yeah, I know.
and so it's worse than purgatory.
Oh, that's not right. I just say Neo on Twitter. Did someone say spike up your butt? And there's Kamala Harris dancing. That's
Ew.
not right.
Nobody wants to see a camel toe dance.
This B from the ACV. That's why I always keep bird seed handy for that one guy, gal, or individual. Just here you go.
Here you are.
No, the problem with that we're at today is we don't want to fix a problem.
Right.
We don't want to actually change things and we don't want to make it better. We want to cover it up with a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
You know, we look at the medical world.
Right.
There's nothing out there that cures anything.
No, and that's the funny thing. We do have
It alleviates symptoms,
right,
to a point.
I will say
But you never get rid of it.
you have a higher chance of actually being cured of something on the trial basis.
Yeah. Because that's the only time that
They'll do full strength.
and after that it's
It's oh, well, that worked too well. Let's cut back.
yeah.
Let's dial that down.
And that's why a lot of people get all bent out of shape when they try pushing for the non-trials or the trial stuff.
Right.
Because there is that chance of them coming out and
Being
fine,
completely
and
healed.
and they have nothing they can't make money off of it.
Right. The moment that the moment that you heal somebody, you can no longer make money off of their healing.
Yeah. Yep.
It's supposed to be a services rendered, but instead it has become a lifelong problem.
It is. And it's irritating as all get out, but that's where we're at.
Right. I tell you what, man, it's the same thing with so back to COVID, right?
Yeah, back to COVID. Many factors weaken the aging immune system.
Duh.
But vaccines and booster doses do offer protection from hospitalization and death.
That's what they tell us on the Nat
Generally.
Geos. That's what the Nat Geo is telling us.
Mounting data suggests that older people are at high risk for severe disease from a breakthrough infection of COVID-19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what they're calling it. And scientists say that should
It's from the AIDS.
come as no surprise.
Why?
After all, the older age brackets have been disproportionately at risk throughout the pandemic, and that continues to be true even once someone is fully vaccinated.
Well, duh, because the vaccination doesn't work.
Concerns about breakthrough infections bubbled up again this week when news broke on October 18th that former Secretary of State Colin Powell has died after contracting COVID-19. Powell was 84, but his cause of death was more complex. The former statesman suffered from multiple myeloma, the cancer of white blood cells. People with this form of cancer tend to not respond well to vaccines. So why the hell?
That's because his white blood cells are dead.
Then why did he get it?
Because he was told to.
But in addition to the immune-compromised health officials are seeing worrying evidence that the older groups continue to be at risk and higher risks for the pandemic. According to the latest data from the CDC, people over 65 account for 67% of hospitalizations and 85% of deaths from breakthrough cases. You know, it's funny.
Yeah, we talked about
saying that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've been saying
the whole time.
It's look at the age range, look at the brackets. You're getting 85 to 90% death in the eldest range.
Yeah.
We've been saying that since it started.
It's the older gen, period.
Yeah. This is actually a pandemic of the older generation.
Yep. And the whole point of being vaccinated was to protect these older generations. And yet they're saying 67% of hospitalizations and 85% of deaths.
Right. Have been from the older generation, despite being vaccinated.
It's incredible.
But it's like this virus has been made specifically to target old people.
It does seem like that, doesn't it?
Because the young don't care. It doesn't bother them. In almost all cases, the young don't. They're either asymptomatic or they have very, very, very minor symptoms.
Yeah.
But the older that you get, the worse the symptoms are.
That's almost like when it comes to flu and pneumonia and everything else.
Well, not quite, because
No, it is. I mean,
the
the
kid
older
gets a flu, the kid gets a flu.
No, I'm talking about for the older generation. The older
Oh, yeah,
generation,
yeah,
when you
yeah,
get the flu, pneumonia, it's almost a death
It's worse,
sentence.
yeah. Always
Especially in a
worse.
hospital, it's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Recent media reports citing data from Seattle, Washington, and the UK show that older vaccinated people face similar and in some cases greater risk of severe disease than unvaccinated children.
Wait. Then unvaccinated children.
Yeah.
Well, duh. It's not some cases. It's all cases.
Yeah. Again, you have to understand this is coming from Nat Geo, so
Yeah, I know. It's all cases, Nat Geo.
because National Geographic is who you want to go to talk about
COVID. Right.
not
Doctors.
I go to read the National Geographic so I can learn about vaccines and stuff, not about
animals having sex.
The migratory habits of
Nat Geo, the same place where you saw a rhino hump another rhino, and you got to hear about the birds and the bees.
I'd rather
It's now telling you about COVID.
I'd rather go back to those days. Good. The huge risk factor is age. That from William Petrie, an immunologist at the University of Virginia. That's why the U.S. prioritized vaccinating older people and those in long-term care facilities when it first rolled out the vaccine, he explained. Quote, if you're under 45, your chances of dying are almost non-existent.
Duh.
And then it increases exponentially.
Yeah, after 50.
Which is funny because we've all been knowing and understanding that. So why are they forcing the entire population of the United States to get vaccinated?
Because they can.
And then why did they get the older group vaccinated if it doesn't work?
Why didn't they vaccinate the older group first instead of letting them all die in nursing homes for the first half of the year?
Why are you worried about vaccination period if it doesn't work? I'm just saying.
I know.
Go to madvikingbeard.com
/Defenders.
/Defenders Live. I had to forget that. You have a beard, you need to keep it maintained and fluffy and looking pretty. Make that woman in your life just kind of crave after you a little bit. Go to madvikingbeard.com /Defenders Live. Use promo code Defenders Live.
Defenders.
Or excuse me, Defenders, yes. Save 10%.
Yep.
That's too low. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it into your mouth.
Very true.
The world is going to hell in a handbasket, but at least you can be confident you have a fantastic cup of coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
You can go to our website, DOAShow.com. You can also reach us on all the social medias at DOAE Show.
Like,
Send us all
share,
your
follow, and all that good jazz.
Exactly. Use the hashtag arm yourselves.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Right.
Bye, y'all.